It feels very good to be back home for a while.
Welcome, at the White House, Mr. President. Sorry that you have to come to the White House after 145 years of absence, but America has a major problem. That's why we need your advice. My first question is, what do you know about money supply?
Well, in our century, I got a lot of trouble with the American bankers because they didn't trust the government. One special bank, which belongs to the Rothschild family, wanted to be a central bank. The government gave that bank in 1816 a license of 20 years to create money. The first bank of the United States. That was the biggest mistake ever Congress has made.
Why a mistake?
It was a mistake because we have to loan our money from the First Bank of America and we have to pay interest. My struggle with that bank was that the profit of money supply belongs to the Americans and not to one particular bank.
Now, we have the Federal Reserve System. Will that be better?
Not better, even more worse. Let's go inside to talk about this problem.
Mr. President, can you tell me why the government gave away her rights to create money to private bankers?
At that time the government was not in a position to create money because the bankers owned the assets. Creating money out of nothing was out of the question in those days. The founder of the Rothschild Bank was a goldsmith. The compromise was the gold standard. We made an agreement that the amount of printed money had to be in balance with their gold position.
Until so far, I understand. But what went wrong?
In 1861, I needed money to end the Civil War, but the bankers were on the southern side. I had to pay an interest of 26 to 36%. That was insane. I was very angry about this and decided to print government's money. In April 1862, I spread out $14 billion all over the country and declared the American people, this money is legal money, covered by the US.
What was the reaction of the bankers?
They were so angry about it. Mr. Rothschild told the people, we are criminals. Because of our own money supply, we didn't have to loan money for interest. With our own money, we could pay off debt without creating new debt. We could create enough money necessary to carry on our economy. We could come to a wealthiness that never has been shown in the civilized world. They were so afraid of our new money supply system that they declared, we cannot allow the American government to do that. That government must be destroyed, or it will destroy every monarchy on the globe.
This means the European bankers and monarchies didn't like a wealthy population?
It means they want total control of world's money supply. All important European central banks are controlled by the Rothschild Bank in London. It is well known that the founder of the Rothschild Bank said, let me issue and control a nation's money, and I care not who writes the laws.
Mr. President, thanks for your information. Now I understand how the system works. Our national debt now is over $14,000 billion. The profit of these interests goes to the Fed. But actually it belongs to the American people, not to private bankers. They use these profit for investments in weapons, pharmacy, food industry, oil industry, shipbuilding, and so on. They are the owner of almost everything. Every loan, they become richer and richer. Now they are so strong that they can manipulate the financial markets. I want to change this situation, but I don't know how.
You have to nationalize the Federal Reserve System. But the owners of the Fed are very powerful. The Americans learn at school that I was assassinated. Let it be clear that the only reason of the assassination was the takeover of money supply by the government. After the bankers manipulated congressmen, they succeeded, and Rothschild became a license for 20 years for the second bank of the United States. Later, President James Garfield had the intention to take away that license, and he was assassinated. President John F. Kennedy had the same ambitions, and you know what happened with him.